For the past few weeks, the only trade rumors we talked about on this channel were Anthony Davis and Trey Murphy. But yesterday, we got this tweet from a CBS analyst, Sam Quinn. He said that Kevin Durant makes way more sense for the Golden State Warriors than Anthony Davis, especially given the large amount of draft capital going the other way. Now, I know that sounds crazy. However, according to NBA insider Kelly Iko, the Houston Rockets are listening to trade offers for Kevin Durant. Specifically, Amen Thompson is the only untouchable player on the Rockets roster. That simply means, if the price is right, Kevin Durant could become available. And if I'm the Warriors, I think this is a conversation worth having. So without further ado, let's roll the intro. Yo, what's up guys, Jason here, back with another video. If this is your first time watching, I cover the Golden State Warriors every single day on YouTube, along with other NBA news, trades, and rumors on YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok. If you're a basketball fan, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, because you do not want to miss any of my future upload. Now, first of all, let's talk about Houston. The Rockets have been a really good team for the past few seasons. They've built one of the deepest young rosters in the entire NBA. They've developed players. They've won games. But they still haven't gotten over the hump. They haven't made that deep playoff run everyone expected. Eventually, every front office reaches the same question. Do we keep running back, or do we cash in on one of our star players while his value is still sky high? That's why Kelly Iko's report is so interesting. Houston isn't shopping Kevin Durant, but they're listening, and there's a huge difference. If a team overwhelms them with an offer, they are willing to have that conversation. That suddenly puts Golden State back in the picture. Now, here's the biggest thing I think people are missing. Everyone keeps talking about Anthony Davis. And don't get me wrong here, Anthony Davis is a great player. However, if you look at Golden State's current roster, unlike previous years, the Warriors are not desperate at center or power forward anymore. They've quietly built a lot of depth there. You have Kristaps Porzingis. You brought back Al Horford. Draymond Green is expected to return. In the draft, you took Yaxel Lindeborg from Michigan, who's looked fantastic so far in Summer League. And you also re-signed Charles Bassey, giving you one more traditional center. Suddenly, your front court is looking pretty solid. So if you trade Jimmy Butler, multiple first-round picks, multiple seconds, and pick swaps, are you really solving your biggest weakness by adding one more big? I don't think so. What Golden State still lacks is another elite perimeter scorer. Somebody who is able to create offense when Steph Curry gets trapped. Somebody who is able to get you 30 points in a playoff game. And somebody defenses have to fare every possession. That's Kevin Durant. Now, think about it. Steph Curry is still the greatest shooter ever. Porzingis stretches the floor. Draymond runs the offense. And imagine bringing Kevin Durant back in that mix. We know it works. We know this core won championships together. And yes, we know how things ended. But basketball-wise, the fit was never the problem. This past season, Kevin Durant was still averaging 26 points per game. He is still one of the most efficient and dominant scorers in basketball. And unlike Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant doesn't clog the paint. He gives you exactly what this roster still needs. Another closer, another isolation scorer, and another player who is able to take over a playoff game. Now, here's one more thing I like a lot. Kevin Durant's timeline matches with the Warriors. Golden State realistically has about a 2-year championship window with Steph Curry. Kevin Durant is also in that same stage of his career. You're not trading for him hoping he gives you a good 3 to 4 years. You're trading for him because you're trying to maximize the final years of Steph Curry. Everything the Golden State Warriors should be doing right now should revolve around winning one more championship before Steph retires. Because let's be honest here, once Steph retires, nobody knows when Golden State will ever have another player like him again. You just don't get opportunities like this very often. Now, here's one more interesting angle. What if LeBron actually joins the Warriors? Now, we all know Kevin Durant and Draymond Green's relationship became complicated. But LeBron has relationships with both guys. So if LeBron joins Golden State, he could be that glue guy in the locker room. Somebody who helps keep everyone focused on one goal, winning one more championship. Now, obviously, that's all hypothetical. But if Golden State somehow gets LeBron, I think bringing back Kevin Durant suddenly becomes a lot more realistic from a chemistry standpoint. And finally, if Houston decides they really want to move on from Kevin Durant, the Warriors make a lot of sense as a trade partner. Golden State has the matching salaries. They have young players. They have a ton of draft capital. So if Houston wants a massive return, Golden State checks every box. Now, am I saying this trade is likely? No. Kevin Durant wasn't interested in going back to Golden State the last time these rumors surfaced, and Houston still has to decide if moving on is the right choice. But if we're comparing realistic trade targets, I think Kevin Durant makes way more basketball sense than Anthony Davis. The Warriors already have size. They have frontcourt depth. What they don't have is another elite scorer who can take pressure off Steph Curry. And if Golden State is serious about winning one more championship, Kevin Durant deserves to be much higher on that list than people are giving him credit for. But again, that's just my opinion, and I want to hear from you guys. If you were the Warriors front office, do you prefer Kevin Durant or Anthony Davis? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Alright guys, that's all we got for today's video. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and follow me on social media, all linked below in the description box. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.